What is going on, Schmoeville? This is Brian and Jake for a certain point of view, and we are here to do a reaction to the Rogue 2 and the Wicked matchup that pits Rockstars and Swag against each other. Rockstars, we haven't seen that much, but holding strong in the standings, and Swag, we know, is doing pretty well for themselves right now. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm ready to do this one. 4 very different players inside this match. 2 Intergeekdom players, 2 single players / team players. I was not expecting to ever see Adam Lavick or Jared Habon in teams, but I like that the faction and the draft setup has given the opportunity to do that, and just means more matches and more Rockstars, which I think is what we need.
Yeah, we haven't, like I said, we haven't seen very much of Rockstars, but when Rockstars are there, for the most part, they make it count. I want to say they've done like 4 matches and around 4 matches, and I think they've only lost 1.
I think they've only done like 2 or 3, and they for sure have won. They for sure have the teams match and the Damon match.
Yeah,
and what is the other one?
The loss was the Odd Couple.
That's what I'm saying. So they have the teams match and the Damon match. Is there another one that I'm not thinking of? I think that's the only. Only 2.
I'd be hard pressed to think that there was only 2.
They might have one more that we're not thinking of. And, you know, if you guys know it, just shoot us in the comments the one we're not thinking of. But either way, they have 3 at the most.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot. But, again, it's like...
They're in that 4 group. There's about 3 people that have 4 points.
Dungeon, Rockstars, and Quirky Mercs are the teams right now that don't have as many matches, but they're making them count with the Dungeon doing that as of late.
Yeah, and, I mean, as we're seeing with the points, when you can win a match, it definitely helps you, especially if you're on that lesser side. So, so like we said, we've got Rogue 2, which is Swag, and then we have the Wicked, which is Rockstars.
Yeah, and it's so we have Adam Lavick and Liz Shannon Miller for Swag versus Jared Habon and Jim Vejvoda. As I mentioned the Intergeekdom players before, we have Lavick and Habon who are stepping into the world of regular trivia, which will be very interesting. And we know the name of Liz Shannon Miller. She made some rumbles last year, and Christian said that if she gets on a roll, she's someone to look out for. And we've heard Vejvoda's name before as being someone who's really someone to look out for. He just, for schedule purposes, he's never been able to compete. Looks like he's getting that chance, and so I'm excited to see him play.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. And we got Emma Fife and Mark Ellis.
And we have the pre-show smack talk in right away.
All right.
With a couple of inner geeks and some movie trivia dorks, here it is.
The rookie sensation, Liz Shannon Miller, Lightning Liz. She beat Demi in her first match. She is also on a roll.
And then you have Paul Oyama. So one of them is going to take a huge step forward. The other one is going to get that first loss.
Donnie Darko.
I remember that.
I guess I should have brought 3 of my best friends to help me out. That would have been fun. Hopefully they're better company. Yeah, I mean, coming into this, this is my first time on a team, which is really exciting. I've never done that before. You've theoretically done this a bit?
I have. I've done teams a few times, but it's been a few years since I've actually been on team.
Who knows the ish? All right, Liz knows the ish. I've seen a match. She be kicking some. I know I can't cuss because of the babies.
We're the Wicked because we're all Boston representatives. And
that makes sense.
Wicked good time. That's what
wicked good time. This is about to be a team that you don't want to mess with. Jim Vejvoda, come all over to the Rockstars, baby.
That's a very interesting pick. We had not seen Jim Vejvoda in quite some time.
Happy to have him. I think that you were the steal of the draft and teamed you with Jared, who is an expert on this game.
He's your bachelor guy, I'm assuming.
Well, and he's done some pretty gangster things in the Schmoedown.
I think it's the first time in the history of my life anybody has referred to me as gangster, and I like it.
You're playing what, Jim and Jared?
Gabby would
I don't really know Jim. I just know that he's
faint if I got him to come on the show. Maybe I'll have to reach out to see if he wants to come on the show to talk.
When those biopics actually happen, like Roka is in every single one of those things in real life, so that was fun.
You're gonna scratch at the scab, buddy. Jeez, I thought that had healed over.
Guess what? I just need you to answer the questions, and I'll do the rest of it, and I'll help you there. You're not going to make another biopics mistake again. I don't want anybody mentioning that one more time because you don't deserve that.
Let me say this: if we spin biopics, we're choosing it, and you're gonna Right or wrong, baby. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm not gonna do
She's
it.
like, absolutely not.
But he is, and that's all that matters.
We're taking it back.
The Wicked, more specifically Jim, will be taking back biopics.
And Roxy, you know I love you, Roxy. And in the spirit of Jerry, since I know we're playing him, Roxy, I'm hoping that when this is all said and done, you will accept my invitation. You know what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Drip, drip, baby. Rogue 2 in the house. We have spoken.
Every time we get more Winston, I love him more and more. He's so good at being a manager.
He is. He's literally perfect and always says the funniest and the right things. I'm excited for this one. The Wicked.
And it's funny because it's not for like top tier Mount Rushmore, top of the class type of players, but they're 4 names who have made impacts in one way or another. And then you pair them with the managers is what makes it so much more interesting. I mean, we've had like the last teams match we had was a haymaker, right? It was Who's the Boss versus the Odd Couple. And I love seeing those matches, but I like these matches because they bring out the fun and it's very much what we're doing with the exhibition stuff right now. It's serious, but at the same time, you see Winston and Roxy bring this different type of flavor. It makes it exciting.
Yeah, it is. Checking out what the strains
Easy
are.
names. Nice.
Easy names.
Nice.
International films.
They do not have easy names for that. I'll say that.
International films. Comic book movies.
He's such Tom Brady stan.
I got that.
Jared Avon, such an entertainer.
We need to make that happen.
Get him on the show?
Yeah.
I'll reach out.
Mixed feelings on Tom Brady.
That's right.
Here in
The
this
Wicked
audience.
is what the rest of the AFC
We need
East calls the New England
Max
Patriots.
to say Wicked
Without
Smart.
further ado, I think it's time to get this match underway. Emma, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yeah,
For the
Habon,
Trivia
Roxy, or Vivica, if you're watching this, my good friend Max is from Boston, and if you want to hear his accent, that is the guy to listen to. I'm telling you, he knows exactly how to say wicked.
Wicked Smart.
Led to the ring by their manager, Roxy Strider.
Or what is it? Smotka? Or
Smotka.
Smotpak.
Smotpak. Those pants.
This must have been the.
Oh, that's right. That Stacy is a rock star.
And her match is next too. So Rockstar's
I
coming
knew-
up in the next couple matches.
I knew she was competing, but
Stacey came out.
I completely. She always just seems scrumptious to me, but
Well, it's
not
because she
anymore.
was.
I know. It's just.
Some headway with the banning sunglasses.
The sunglasses have gone from the competitors to the managers, and that's the way it should stay.
clearly.
And their opponents,
Drip, drip.
representing Swag Squad, led to the ring by their manager, Winston.
I love Jay
Marshall.
Washington,
It is.
but
Winston's perfect.
Winston
for it.
is.
He brings. He's
So
such a different style of
He's
manager.
yeah.
Round two. He's loose right now, but he
The whole crew. Like they're just like yeah.
Competitors are like, just stop. I love her Star Wars top too.
The theme here is that the other faction mates and the managers are doing a bit that the players are not part of.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Before we start, though, Roxy, where are you, girl?
Oh no. What is this?
Come here, please. Please. I don't know what camera got. This is. Oh, it's a big deal for me. Okay. We've been good friends for a long time, and you know, it's been amazing co-hosting with you on SCN Live, and you have me on Live with the Roxy. We've become really good friends, and
Oh my god.
so before we start this match, I
background.
just wanted to ask you a question. Roxy,
What is here?
you accept this L?
Oh no! Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Absolutely not. Game on.
That was great. That was great.
One word that starts with L.
I love how the drip drip music starts playing right away.
Right.
Oh my god, that was perfect.
I don't think it was.
That was perfect.
So good.
well, no proposals here today. Everybody's marital status.
Oh
remains the same,
man.
and now I
Wow.
believe
All right. Well, shall we get into our rules?
number one.
Rules. Round one, guys. Very simple. Whiteboard for whiteboard. We keep it simple here in round 1. And because it just is teams, we do 1 point all around because it's 1v1 on this side of it, no matter how many players are on that side of it. Round 2, we flip the switch a little bit. We still flip a coin, as we have been doing. And whoever wins that coin toss gets to pick the team they want to go with. Can't see the category beforehand, but they do get to pick the team. And then round 3 all depends on what the point differential is here. But most likely what's been happening most of the time is that we still flip a coin, and that winner gets to pick that team that they want to go with as well. And then we kind of change rules a little bit if there's a 2-point question and we answer 2-pointer, but they answer 1 point, steal, stuff like that. We'll walk you guys through it as we get there. But pretty simple rules for us on this side, and it's been fun so far.
It has been very fun.
Throughout the 3-round match. Adam Lavick. How you feeling?
I feel great. How are you?
You look good. I missed you.
Thanks. Miss you too.
Jim Veva, quick like a cat.
We saw
good
his live
reflexes.
match, right?
How you feeling?
In San Diego.
Yeah.
Feeling good. Feeling good. It's good to be
His
back in the
14-hour day or whatever it
Have
was.
you back, sir?
Poor
Liz
guy had
Shannon
no
Miller, I always
break.
appreciate your Star Wars love
You
and
understand
your hats. How you
why he lost the way he did.
feeling? All right, and last but not least, Jared Haven. Where is Tom Brady going next year?
Oh.
Let's just play the game.
Oh, man. Tough subject. Tough subject. Clearly, this was shot before the Tom Brady news.
Well, he just said it. I think he's coming
Your
back.
first question is in the world of action adventure movies, and the query is for a point. What action film stars Charlize Theron, Sophia Boutella, and James McAvoy? And we're off and running.
We are.
Off
to the
I was
races.
gonna blow my lungs out bad. I really hit that
Good.
road too.
Great.
I don't know how Ken and Christian doing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, starting with you, Mr. Lavick.
Atomic Blonde.
He got it. Does Jim have it?
Atomic Blonde.
Yes, he does. Over to Liz Shannon Miller.
I did not have it.
Does not. Does Jared?
Thank God for Jim.
Hey, so with that being said, we're tied up.
Right.
One side of the table seems to be functioning. We'll see if the other side of the table manages to wake up with the following question. Question number 2, in the category of directors. Who directed the films The Lost Boys, Phone Booth, and The Phantom of the
Oh,
Opera?
man. No. I don't. It's going to be a
Wait,
name that I know, and I should know this.
Phantom of the Opera 2?
Love
Really?
Never Dies.
Wow.
It's basically fan fiction.
3.
Said to be
This is something I should know.
1. Pens down. Going to you first, Mr. Vader. What do you got?
Joel Schumacher.
That
It
is
is
correct.
the director of Batman Forever. Liz?
Joel Schumacher.
She got it.
Also correct.
Jared
Joel
have it?
All right.
Yes, he does. Adam.
Joel Schumacher.
All right.
Clean sweep.
Everybody's
Yeah.
on the board.
Should've
Jim and
known.
Adam remain.
You know what's funny about it is the one that I should have
Next
known was
question
Phone
in the
Booth,
world of
not the
dramas.
other two.
Who played psychologist Sean McGuire in the film Good Will Hunting? How do you like that, man?
Because I have not seen this movie.
That took place in Boston.
I don't know that that's a Boston accent.
This is how Bostonians talk.
Oh, man.
It's like I'm back in New England.
I have no idea. I'm just going to
Hands
throw
down,
it.
go you first, Liz Shannon Miller.
Robin Williams.
She got it, Jared.
Yes.
Adam.
Robin Williams.
And Jim.
If there's anyone outside of Robin Williams and Matt Damon,
Question number 4, category of fantasy sci-fi. In what 1980s fantasy adventure will you find Arnold Schwarzenegger strapped to something called the Wheel of Pain?
Correct me if I'm wrong. This also takes place in Boston.
I think you're right. I think it does. Yeah. The
Outside of Saugus.
Saugus. Yep.
My family's from Watertown. I can.
Watertown.
We're from Watertown.
Massachusetts.
Watertown, Mass.
My family's from
Can't even
Watertown.
throw it.
I don't think I'm right, but I'm taking a guess. I'm taking.
Happy with
Yeah, I don't think I'm right. I'm taking a guess though.
Is
Not Total Recall.
Adam have it.
The Running Man.
Not the Running.
Swing and a miss. How about Jim?
I'm still open.
I also screwed up.
I'm still open.
And Liz
Still
Shannon
open.
Miller.
This is a 50-50 shot. Conan the Barbarian.
That is correct.
Yes.
Ah, no!
Liz Shannon Miller.
And with that,
Coming through.
Road 2 takes a 1-point lead.
Fantasy is the one that I was like,
Both teams settling in here. Your
he has
next
done so many
category
fantasy
Is
films.
the world of comedies. Thank you.
At least you're not doing it anymore. It's now just the audience.
I'm not doing comedy anymore. It's at markellslive.net. Your question in the world of comedies. What 1990s comedy has the line, That rug really tied the room together.
This is clearly a comedy that's well known, and we have no idea.
90s.
But truly, a rug can tie a whole room together. It's feeling empty.
This is gonna.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Thank you.
Pens
Dad.
down. Going to Adam.
Big Lebowski?
It is
Correct.
the Big Lebowski.
I said Clueless.
No.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. Good guess. Liz Shannon Miller.
The Big Lebowski.
Nice.
I tried to put me in Parents.
Did not
I
have the
can't
Big
actually
Lebowski.
read what Jim wrote.
All right, so all of a sudden, Rogue 2 starting to inch ahead of the Wicked
Yes,
a little bit.
It's all right, Jim. We got this.
All right, let's see if they can get back in the game with this next question. Question number 6, category of horror/thriller. What horror franchise is known for the line, "Do you want to play a game?"
You made that a little menacing.
you would not know.
Well, it is a
That
little
was really well
menacing.
done.
Yeah.
You started out nice and sweet, and then at the end when you hit game, you're like,
You know, when you're quoting a film, it's hard for me to not do the voice.
I would actually love to.
3. I'm scared too. 1. Pens down. We are going to you, Mr. Vavida. What do you got?
Now I'm doubting it. Saw?
Yes, that's correct.
Why did I think that?
Not Hellraiser.
Liz
Saw.
Ah, yes,
Jared has
also
it.
correct.
Saw.
Adam's got it too. All right.
Holy shit.
All right. So it remains a 3-point game in the favor of Rogue 2. We move on to your penultimate question, round number 1. That is from the world of crime movies. And your question: who plays a convict who is the brother of boxer Casey Affleck in the crime drama Out of the Furnace? Did I just say boxer Casey Affleck?
Just punching it helped.
Yeah, you
It
did.
made it
Yeah.
come out of the.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
brother of boxer. Well, I
I
think
couldn't remember his
in the
name at
film
first.
he's
I'm like,
a-
I'm an idiot. He's one of the biggest names in Hollywood. I'm an idiot.
I have no idea.
3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Throwing a name out
Liz
there.
Shannon Miller, going to you first.
Don't think I had it. Christian Bale.
Bale.
That is correct.
Jared's got Christian Bale.
That is
Christian
an
Bale.
incredibly underrated film.
Christian Bale.
And
An incredibly underrated film.
Across the board.
Shocks,
Your
turns,
final
violence.
question in round number 1 in the category of animated. What is the name of the teenager who takes on the mantle of Spider-Man, voiced by Shameik Moore in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, I'll say this. I like all 4 competitors as human beings. Adam Lavick, by far the best.
I hate when they give animated
true.
ones
It's
that like you
block letters.
Yeah.
you would know.
Yeah, if I need somebody to write
What Mark just
something
said, I've been
to
thinking about this
together,
entire time.
but
Adam Lavick has
I'll do the JT
incredible
rule.
handwriting.
JT rule for Jared.
Oh, really?
Incredible handwriting.
What is the name of the teenager who takes on the mantle of Spider-Man?
Come on,
Voiced
Habon,
by
you're an inner
Shameik
geekdom. You
Moore
should know
in
this.
Spider-Man
Oh, is
Into
he
the
in a geekdom?
Spider-Verse.
And that's a JT rule for Wicked.
Yes.
Yeah, Adam Lavick should have his own font.
Oh, well, Flavic the font?
Yeah, it should replace Wingding.
I would
Nobody
definitely,
uses it.
I would definitely download that font.
5,
Use it on my thumbnails.
3. He's blushing. Like a 2, 1. Pens down. Jared Haben, could you conjure it?
I couldn't get Miles Teller out of my head. I got Miles.
It's not my
That's the first
Teller.
name. Does Adam have both names?
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Look at that.
Correct.
Right. Jim Babbitt, did you have it?
Miles Morales.
And Liz Shannon Miller.
Miles Morales.
She's got it too.
Right.
All right, we got it. We got one too.
So we're looking at a 14-10 lead for.
What are we at? 6-4.
I mean, it's still
6
really
to
good
4,
anybody's
14 to
game
10.
Because, you know, going into the wheel round,
Okay, so
you
just a
have
refresher
the
for
luck
round 2 on
factor.
this side.
In round
We're gonna
one,
flip a
it's
coin.
certainly a certain
Whoever
level of
wins
luck
that
to
coin
get
flip
questions
is
to
going
answer
to pick the
But,
team they
you
want to
know,
go
the
with.
wheel,
Can't see
this is really where
the
things can turn.
category
So this
beforehand.
one's still really
And like I mentioned, the only difference here on this side is that if we answer a question correct, that's 2 points, but the team goes to 1. We award ourselves 2 points. And then we do verdicts on steals and whether or not they happen or don't happen and stuff like that. So why don't you flip, Brian? We haven't done one of these in a while. We're not sure who did it last. But why don't you go ahead and flip, and then that's exactly why I have you do it.
I know, because you're.
I'll go heads.
There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the
Oh, this is so hard.
Before you spin the wheel, I'm gonna remind everybody that the actual wheel, the entire wheel.
You know what? Oh, what's on there?
Don't look, no.
No, I'm not choosing their wheel slice. It's
Doesn't
whatever's
matter,
on the
'cause
wheel.
You know their categories.
No, I don't. I don't
you know what they like.
I don't know what they're gonna spin. I don't know what they're gonna spin.
5.
Don't give me a clock.
4.
No.
This is what you do to me. 3.
No, this is before their spin. I'm gonna go with
1.
F it. I'll go with the Wicked. Damn it. I'll go with the Wicked.
We will defer to our opponent.
All right, gentlemen, give it a very gentle spin.
The foreign film scares me.
Roxy cheering her troops on.
Oh, this is gonna go forever.
Round and round it goes. Yeah, this reel.
I have no idea if I'm
It's
actually
a, it's a, what?
If one of the pegs,
Did a peg fall off? Oh, I see. Yeah, where the it's where the thing's supposed to be.
yeah, as long as it's not affecting the spin, I think we're okay.
I don't know.
Would you like it? I'll.
No,
Yeah. No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
They're gonna spin again. Don't do it. No.
No way.
No. This could hurt them. This could hurt them.
Exclamation of "Suck it, John Roca!" Of course, being a reference to the time that
This could hurt me.
John Roca biopic
This could really hurt me.
opponent's choice. Clearly,
Damn, they
not
spoke
having
this
studied
into
John Roca.
fruition.
There's a documentary.
No.
Eric Rodriguez.
Jared Habon spoke this into
All right,
fruition.
gentlemen.
That's true.
You spun biopics.
Oh, I don't need the
You decided
whiteboard.
to keep it.
Oh, this is gonna kill me.
And you're gonna hear 6 questions. You may confer with each other for each and every question. Reminder that you can check the multiple choice if you're not sure of the answer. Emma's going to be asking you the questions. Emma, at your ready.
All right. Question number 1 in the category of biopics. Who played Joan Jett in the 2010 biographical drama The Runaways?
Kristen Stewart.
That is correct for 2 points.
Damn it.
Jim nodding emphatically as soon as
Oh,
you
wait.
heard the question. Question
No, you don't get it. Only if
that's
they
right.
miss it. Yeah.
2.
It's
Who
been a while.
played Abraham Lincoln's son Robert Todd Lincoln in 2012's Lincoln? How many more times can I say Lincoln in that sentence?
A lot of pennies.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That is correct for 2
Wow.
points.
I probably would have gotten that if we went to
All
multiple
right,
choice.
And the Wicked still has 4 questions remaining in the world of biopics.
Question
I gave him the nod on that.
number 3. Jared? He just feels he needs to participate in this round by some stretch of the imagination.
I'm nodding my head.
Right, question number 3. Kevin Kline portrayed what classic film star in the 2013 film The Last of Robin Hood?
Oh.
Errol Flynn.
That is correct for 2 points.
Would you have had that?
And the Wicked has
it
taken
was
the
Robin.
lead over Rogue 2.
Jim Vevita listening very carefully for context clues on that one. Question number 4. In Hidden Figures, which famous astronaut do the 3 main heroines help launch into space?
You didn't tell me.
5.
Yeah, multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Buzz Aldrin, B, John Glenn, C, Alan
I'll say
Shepard,
John
or
Glenn.
D, Neil Armstrong?
No, Alan Shepard.
Those are all famous astronauts.
Probably wrong.
I'm going to say John Glenn.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right.
Oh, I had it!
Questions remain, and they are really taking advantage of this biopic.
Listen, Jim wanted to keep biopics. I think he made a good decision. Next question. Your penultimate question. Who played Jane Hawking, wife to Stephen Hawking,
just
in the
saw
2014
it's,
film The Theory of Everything?
Felicity Jones.
Damn you. Freaking squeaked out points. Damn it.
And we go to 5.
Yeah, let's do multiple choice.
So this is the instance
Is it
where
A, Alicia
I will
Vikander,
get the 2 points.
B, Felicity Jones, C, Emily Blunt,
Those are
or
4,
D,
4 great
Sienna
choices
Miller?
too.
It's Felicity Jones.
Yeah.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right, so we got multiple choice a couple
Cool.
times, but no
Cool.
opportunities for steal.
I'm happy.
Darn it.
I got some points. That's all I
Darn
wanted.
it.
All right, final question.
Oh, there's still more.
Infamous was the Truman Capote biopic that co-starred Sandra Bullock, who played Capote.
Toby Jones.
That is correct for 2 points.
I would not.
Wow. What
I was thinking.
Wow. Well,
Really well played
if
and some good strategizing going on.
Vejvoda definitely, he did what he wanted to. He did what he came to do. Clearly, he didn't do well in Biopix the last time he played. It took away a win from him, and he came and played because that was all him. That was all him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, only 2 points lost out of that, and only because of multiple choice, not even because they missed a category.
They didn't miss a question. They just lost 2 points because they went to multiple, which is the way to play the game.
Yeah, better to come away with 2 than nothing. Jeez, that was stronger than Haybon's.
Oh my goodness.
Crisp wheel spin so far.
Yeah, and also everybody being respectful of how sensitive.
Oh, that's right.
The wheel's been through a lot in its young life.
You've been like 10 matches?
It's been a good 20 matches for that wheel. Yeah.
What's that? What's the replay one? What is that?
Round and round it goes, but opponent's choice is kind of creepy.
Oh.
Give me coming of age.
That's remakes and reboots.
That would be
interesting.
fun.
Interesting.
You only have about 15 seconds.
DC Films. So obviously, this plays into more of Adam Lavik's strength than it does Liz Shannon Miller, and so it's all going to depend on how comfortable.
Yeah, we gonna keep it.
Yeah, it all depends on how comfortable he's going to be with it.
So
which
this is
clearly.
Even though I'm a comic book person, this is not.
And this
strength for
isn't
me.
DCEU. This is DC. So
I-
this is Batman, Superman, Dark Knight, all those movies.
Anything outside of Dark Knight, I have not seen. Superman and Batman.
You've never seen the original Batman?
Did the Joker escape in after his bank heist at the beginning of The Dark Knight?
A school bus.
School bus.
It was a school bus. 2 points.
I almost said a tank.
How easy is it?
Next question.
Softball.
Green Lantern's ring and power batteries are fueled by
Willpower.
Willpower.
Is that real? Wow.
That is.
He's my favorite superhero. Well, favorite DC, which we just talked about on Nerd Nation.
You just gotta want it.
If you want it enough, you too, your ring will become magical, and you can do incredible things.
All right, well, they're trying to do an incredible thing, which is come back on the Wicked, who had a 6-point lead at the beginning of the spin for Rogue 2, and they since have answered 2 questions.
Did you know the willpower?
Remain. Your next question for 2 more points. Who portrays the character of John Constantine?
Keanu Reeves.
2005's Constantine.
Keanu Reeves.
That is correct.
If I have heard softball questions,
There has to be at least one Keanu question.
good lord.
I co-sign that.
Truly, that would bring a lot of joy.
I would say.
I don't know.
Personally.
Green Lantern one is not.
Okay, that's the only one, but it's still pretty.
I mean, yeah. If you've seen Dark Knight once, yeah, that's pretty easy.
Your next question. What is the Penguin's real name in Batman Returns?
Edward Cobblepot.
Oswald Cobblepot.
Oswald.
I just want to meet my parents.
I couldn't remember his first name.
2 more points, and
Darn.
Rogue 2 is taking a 2-point lead on the Wicked, who neither team giving.
I have to say, I have to think fast because Lavik is quick on the gun.
Inner geeked him.
Yeah. Miller, who
Play-
directed 1982's
I have no idea.
Swamp Thing.
I didn't even know they made a Swamp Thing.
Give the crowd pause too.
Can we get multiple choice, please?
I certainly can provide that. Is it A, George A. Romero, B, Wes Craven, C, John Carpenter, or D, Jim
I'm gonna
Wynorski?
go Wes Craven, even though I know that's not.
We're gonna swing for Romero.
That is a strike. I can give you the options again, gentlemen, before you wager a guess. Is it A, George A. Romero, B, Wes Craven, C, John Carpenter, or D, Jim Wynorski?
Wes Craven.
Correct for 1
Ooh,
point.
okay. Something was telling me C, and I was just like, well, Wes Craven's the only name I know, so.
There it is.
My bad. All right,
Doesn't he do a lot of scary
it is
movies?
currently a 1-point lead for Rogue 2. However, one question remains in round number 2. It's worth 2 points.
Did all the
It could go
screams.
either way. Your
No,
last
well,
question
you
for
didn't
the
do-
DC
yeah.
movies. What comedian co-starred alongside Christopher Reeves in Superman 3?
Richard Pryor.
The great Richard Pryor it was. And Rogue 2 now goes into round number
All right,
3.
we have a momentum swing here. I'm at 11, you are at 8.
Throwing haymakers. What's going to happen next?
You know, again, obviously, Rogue 2
Gonna pop
finds
anything
itself
else?
in a very nice
No.
position with a 3-point lead.
nice.
The coin is yours.
The Wicked can't
Unless
come back
you
simply by
wanna
answering their
do the
2-point question.
low point thing.
However, They can tie it up with
No.
the 3-pointer
I
and
don't
take
think
the
3 points
lead
is a
with the
massive
5-pointer,
swing.
So they're not in
I think maybe
terrible
I think the
position
limit.
going into this.
Yeah, maybe the limit should be
Turn
5.
2 questions before you even
Yeah.
have to take one. So not in
Tails.
TKO range necessarily,
Certainly
but
not.
it's a nice cushion to have.
Tails.
It definitely is. Yeah, I mean, the Rogue 2's got to be feeling pretty good, but I don't think that the Wicked should be despairing all that much because, as I say, they have the opportunity to take this back, and they don't have to answer all 3 of their questions in order to do so.
That's right, and the team that at least the manager and Jared cheer for.
Just give yourself
Patriots,
more
I know
points.
Something about a few
No,
big-time
just
shots.
riding.
So,
Well, I'm waiting.
24-21 is the score.
Who you going
Oh,
with?
Jim, too?
I'm listening for the numbers.
Congratulations on all your championships. Road 2, you find yourself in a 3-point lead. Both teams are going to give us a series of numbers. We need 3 numbers from each team. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie trivia, Schmoedown, and know-how. And as a friendly reminder, since it's the team format, once I give you the category for your 2-point question, the team has to decide which member is going to answer.
Once
that
again,
question. So
the addition of
not
extra
rely on
intergeekdom
3
categories
two-point
in the
question.
division
The
comes into
opposite
play.
teammate will
Yep.
have to
It's been a
answer
long
3-point
conversation
question.
this season
You
so
may
far
only confer
with a
your
lot of
teammate
different players,
5-point
and
question.
with the addition of
Okay,
having more
Road 2,
intergeekdom players in
what 3
teams,
numbers do you like?
it plays into their favor.
Let's do yours.
2, 7, and 15.
All right, put you on the spot there.
Sorry.
All right, the Wicked. Your 3 numbers.
Are we saying our numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
5, 14, and 12.
14 and 12.
Jared
so-
was very confident about the number 12. So
Too bad 12 win. Bye bye.
All right. So, the Wicked have selected
Oh,
their numbers.
I get what
Obviously,
you're saying.
number
I was
12
like,
and
no,
number
the
2.
number's still there.
Let's go back to the
It's 1 through 20.
And with the Wicked, your first question is going to be for 2 points. Now, you selected number 5, and that corresponds to the world of romantic comedies.
romantic.
So, who feels like fielding that one for 2 points?
I'll do it. I'll take it.
All right.
Jared's going to take it.
Jared.
All right, Jared.
Jared, your 2-point question in the realm of romantic comedies.
Uh-huh.
Who plays Tiffany Maxwell in
Jennifer
Silver
Lawrence.
Linings Playbook?
Jennifer Lawrence.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right. You got that one.
It
handled,
almost
but
seemed
now,
too
like
easy.
What you mentioned before, the Wicked are going to have to answer another question here. So their second number was 7, the number of Joe Theismann, and that corresponds to the category of
He says that every time.
Musicals.
which is going to be asked to Jim Vejvoda, and Jim Vejvoda alone, his musical knowledge is about to be on display.
Jim, in the category of musicals, for 3 points, in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, what MCU
Oh
actor
my God,
plays
what's his name?
Sophie's husband,
Oh no, I
Sky?
know exactly who it is. What's his name? Oh my God.
Stellan Skarsgård?
No.
Incorrect.
It's-
We're looking for Dominic Cooper.
That's it.
I
I knew it was
the
Tony
younger
Stark's
generation
dad.
in Mamma Mia.
Dominic.
He's in it, baby.
He's definitely in it. He plays the character of Sky.
Arguably more in the MCU than Dominic Cooper.
I have no idea. 12 was the last one.
12. They were very emphatic 12.
5, 14.
Well, I may not get a chance to
At that moment,
actually answer my questions here. This is big for the Wicked here, because if they don't answer this correctly, Swag walks away with a TKO, which could be big. And the Rockstars need points. They flat out need
so
points.
you selected number 12. And that corresponds, Emma, to the category of
Dramas.
Mm.
All right.
Sure.
For 5 points, in the category of dramas, and you can confer on this, what was the name given to the man that held Joy
I haven't seen
and
this
Jack
movie. You've told me to
captive
watch this
in
movie, too.
Room? And the crowd
just
has
watched this 2
strong
weeks ago.
feelings on that one. A lot of hushed exclamations.
4, 3.
Repeat the question.
What was the name given to the man that held Joy and Jack captive in Room?
There's one JTE rule.
I may not even get to answer my questions.
They burn one in round 1.
Yes.
I wouldn't even be able to hear what categories they got.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right, final one.
13, 8.
What was the name given to the man that held Joy and Jack captive in Room?
I need to pull Roka right now.
Yeah.
Roka.
Oroka Makuga.
5, 4, 3, 2.
We're gonna go with the bad man.
Nope. Wow. Okay.
Oh, I want to hear the answer.
What was the answer?
Old Nick, yeah. Old Nick. Yep. All right, look, I was not expecting a TKO. That is obviously big for Swag because they were, if I'm not mistaken, they were second in the standings.
No, they were third.
They were third. Okay, so
They might be second
that
now.
puts them into second now. And that puts them closer to Finstock Exchange, which is huge. Because Finstock Exchange, let's look at this upcoming schedule here for a sec, guys. Finstock Exchange at the moment does not have a match for the remaining matches. And that's big. That is big. Neither does Swag, so they walk away for the time being for the schedule that is currently out to lock in the standings for them. They walk away with 2 points. They walk away with a win. And that's big. That is big because it puts them in sights of...
Is it 2 points with the knockout?
2 points with the knockout.
Okay, so
or the TKO, excuse me.
TKO, excuse me. They will still be in third, 9 points.
Got it. Okay, so they're still in sights of both second and third place at the moment. And unfortunately for the Rockstars, points they could have really used. They have a match coming up next. They have Stacey Howard up against Eric Zipper. But
how did you guess?
If you walk away with these two, I mean...
You have to be feeling pretty great about this. So the fact that you were able to put these two together and just see the potential there, you have to feel pretty good about it.
I mean, that's the funny thing. I heard Roxy was talking mad trash in the promo. I didn't see it beforehand. I just heard she said I was inexperienced. I didn't know what I was doing. Here's the thing. I watched the Schmoedown, all right? I knew who I was drafting, all right? Okay? A brother does his research, all right? So I knew if I put these two together, it'd be colossal to see the two of them come in here and wreck shop. And that's what happened.
Amen. I feel like I just went to church.
Oh my god.
Liz, you guys looked like were having such a good time. Like you looked calm and collected out there. It felt like a new Liz Shannon Miller. I may be wrong.
I mean, I felt like it was really great having a teammate. Like, I didn't know what kind of difference that would make, but it was just comforting to know I'd have, at the very least, someone in my corner. Also being part of a faction this time made a difference. And in general, just knowing the game better and...
Anything he does. Anything.
He's kind of like an emotional support dog that's really good at inner geekdom categories, right?
I want to be clear, our guess on Romero that was on me. Like, I don't want you to take that tarnish to your DC reputation.
No, that's a super hard question. Who the hell? I don't know how many people in this room actually knew the answer. There were probably a few, but I've never even seen the movie.
You guessed. Come on. Didn't even know there was a Swamp Thing movie. You can check the tape on that one.
Just go stand in the corner.
Hold on, there were two. One of them was our faction mate. He knew it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But I will say this, honest to God, I appreciate seeing the two of y'all together because you did bring a calming presence to each other, and I think that that's what is going to carry this faction far. Is the fact that we're not a bunch of show like the Finstock Exchange and stuff.
Whoa! You're not a bunch of show. There was a
no. Hold on. I'm not gonna say that they're not talented. They have all the belts right now, save one. So of course, I'm talking about how Bobby brings all 25,000 members of the Finstock Exchange every time they come out. That's all I'm saying. We're here supporting each other. We're not arguing over communication. We're right here together, and we're riding this out.
Oh, I was just gonna say, but what about the proposal? You're not all show.
oh, that was just out of pure love. That's what that was. It seemed appropriate. We had a love superstar in the house, so I just had to confess my love to Roxy. And I love that she eventually accepted that out.
Oh, it's so good.
It was really good seeing you compete, as not only in teams, but in like something other than inner geekdom.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were pretty...
I like it. I like Adam Lavick, man. I always have.
Yeah, I mean, I've been so used to inner geekdom. It was nice to break out of that and do something different. And I was a little nervous about going into categories that I maybe didn't feel as confident in. But for whatever reason, the questions, I was lucky enough to get questions that I just knew the majority of the answers really quickly off the top of my head. So.
And I will say, when you spun DC, someone on the other side of the table was not happy about it. So I'll talk to him in a few minutes. But congratulations, guys. I'm excited to see what you two are going to do this season. And congratulations, Winston. I feel like this is working out very well for Swag.
It's early in the season, so I'm not going to act like the Cowboys and think we're great and then pull a hamstring. We're going to study, we're going to keep in contact with each other, and we're going to keep riding high until we take the top. We take the ring, we take the belt. Let's go.
All right. Back to you guys.
And that's the Cowboys fan saying that.
All right, let's go and skip forward.
You see, be reckoned with going forward. We think right now, Jen, how are they feeling about it?
I think they're feeling pretty optimistic. I mean, Roxy, you have to feel pretty good about the performance that these two put together because this is their first time playing together as a team. And it's honestly, Jared, I think it's your first time in something other than Inner Geekdom. Am I wrong?
That it is, and I was hoping for DC, but Adam spun it, that jerk.
I saw you just absolutely seething. I was like, look how strong his jawline's getting.
Oswald Cobblepot. Gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by you guys, and it was their first time playing together. It won't be their last time playing together because I think this is a great team. And, that 5-point question, fair as ever, but really hard. I can't blame you guys for not knowing that. That's a really hard question. And I think you guys did everything you could. You communicated. There was never a time in which one of you guys shouted something out, and I'm really impressed by you guys. So for a first match, pretty good.
For a first match, and then sticking with biopics. I mean, that takes some stones.
Yes, it does. This guy got stones. Boston Stones right here. No, I just want to say I'm more pissed at myself for missing the Arnold Schwarzenegger question. Because the minute I put my marker down, he was saying markers down, I knew I'd written down the wrong. The room question, no, I mean, I honest to God didn't know that, but yeah.
I haven't even seen The Room, and I sure as hell haven't seen Mamma Mia. Here we go again.
I find that shocking, knowing who your wife is.
All right, maybe I've seen it once.
And I stand by saying Stellan Skarsgård because he's in the MCU.
That was a great
He's
answer.
been in 2 Mamma Mia movies, so all right,
I was thinking the exact same thing.
But absolutely not a performance to shake your heads about. And like I said, I'm very impressed with how you guys handle this, especially you, considering it's a much broader. With Inner Geekdom, I feel like you can study, even as specific as we're getting now, you can study and you can really hone that craft. But when it's no holds barred, everything counts in trivia. That's saying something.
Can I just toot my own horn here for a second?
Go for it. We've already talked about other things.
I haven't played in a Schmoedown for like a year and a half. And so I've been a little rusty, but now my blood's up and I can't wait to get back in there.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
It's back. It's back. And justice for biopics. I never want to hear that Roca crap again.
Ooh, there he goes.
That's the major victory of today. You took back biopics, and nobody can throw it in your face anymore. Basically spinning DC for them was them spinning Spinner's Choice. So I'm excited to see what you guys are able to do in the future. Congratulations to Winston. He did a great job managing this match, and next time it won't go his way.
A little rivalry going on. I like it.
Chin there, but still optimistic.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was it was an impressive showing for the Wicked. And hey, if you poop the bed with a category and then come back the next time and annihilate it like he did, that's a win for that person. And I mean, like he said, he's ready to go for the next one. So I mean, like, as they didn't get the points, obviously a win is great, but it's not a horrible way to look at it. You kind of got your redemption, you're fueled to ready to go, and yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely. I mean, the Wicked isn't their A team, obviously, but if they can make a ruckus in the league and get a point here, a point there, or do some damage to a team who might be in the running and help their faction team out with the Odd Couple, because obviously they're the team that's always going to be given the shot above them, and rightfully so because they're just ranked higher. That could be good for them. On the flip side, you have Adam Lavick and Liz Shannon Miller who debuted incredibly. They were great. You can see that they, even though they had played together for the first time, Their chemistry was working really well, and I think that they could be a team that really makes some damage in this league if they get into a groove, because their strengths are so different from each other. Obviously, Adam Lavick, come from the Inner Geekdom world, has that in his back pocket, but he knows a little bit more than he leads on. And Liz Shannon Miller, I guarantee you the foreign film strength is from her in the opening. And so if you combine those two, like we've talked about with a lot of teams this season so far, an example is the Pride with Ben Goddard and Rachel Silvestrini, right? Their strengths are so opposite from each other, it makes them so much more stronger.
Yep.
And that's exactly what can happen with this team. And Winston could have a very good team on their hand that isn't their A team, because remember, he has Final Exam sitting in his back pocket with Paul Oyama and Lon Harris.
Yep.
And if you have those two teams together who are going strong, that could be very scary for the league.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Rogue 2 didn't even get to do their final questions. They could have
didn't allow me to get my questions at all either.
Which thank you, because I won. And
off an asterisk.
Yeah, nope. Did you say asterisk?
No, I said asterisk.
Oh,
I should have called it an asterisks. Just combine it because the Astros are the ultimate asterisks.
Mr. Gilmore would have a different say.
Well,
in
Mr.
that.
Gilmore's wrong.
But yeah, Rogue 2 didn't even get to do their final round. They could have walked out of this with 34 points had they gotten every single point. And if you're walking out with 34 points, that is a very good showing for a first team. Now, we don't know if they would have gotten everything, but hence, if they did, that's a solid team. 24 points going into the third round is great.
Yes.
I would take that any day of the week if you're one of these teams, any team. It's a great showing, especially for a team that is completely new, opposite players in the sense of their categories. I mean, I don't know if you could be any more opposite than like comic book stuff in international films. Like those are complete opposites. So, I mean, that they have the potential to be a really strong team. Like you said, probably not a level right off the bat. Like
it could grow into that though.
Exactly, that's where I was going. But it is definitely something that they could grow into, like you said. So yeah, that is our reaction to Rogue 2 versus the Wicked. Rogue 2 coming out on top with the win for Swag. So go ahead and let us know what you think in the comments below. Did you enjoy this one? Is this the team that you expected to win? Was it not? Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit a like too. Check us out on all types of podcasting platforms. You want to list them off? You know them better.
Anchor, Apple, Spotify. We have Breaker. We have Stitcher. Anywhere you can find podcasts, we are up on there, and that is all thanks to Anchor as they distribute us by themselves. So if you have a favorite podcast platform, you can more than likely find us there, including Google.
Yeah, and check us out on Twitter. We're very active with responding to people, so if you have a comment or a thought.
I will say we'll have a full breakdown of this episode or this match on our next episode of A Certain Point of View coming out early next week, maybe Monday-ish. I will also add that we are trying to get a couple competitors from the exhibition match of the Back to the Future, as well as this one up on the show. So if you want to hear more from their perspectives, check that show out.
Yeah, so for A Certain Point of View, I'm Brian. That is Jake. Thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you guys next time.